Rise and Shine Benedict Stone is not a good film, and after I finished watching it, I had a look at some reviews because I wanted to know if I was alone in feeling like it was terrible or if other people felt the same way. And at least on IMDb, people either seem to really, really love it or really, really hate it. And actually, one of the reasons why I disliked it does seem to be a common reason. So while I'm going to say I don't recommend this, and I will explain why, it seems like there are people who love it. So if it does sound like it appeals to you, but I don't recommend it, I'd say give it a go. You never know. You might like it. Personally, not a fan. This was released in 2021. It's directed by Peter Benson. It's written by Melissa Salmons, based on the book by Phaedra Patrick. I apologise if I've mispronounced that. And of course, I haven't read the book. If you know how it compares, please feel free to let me know. And this stars Tom Everett Scott as Benedict Stone and Ella Ballentine as Gemma. And Gemma is one of the reasons why I really did not like this. She is incredibly irritating, and she's in pretty much the entire film. So that was one reason why I could not get on board with the film. But also, the narrative is boring. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. It feels like they were trying too hard to make it about too many things. At the very beginning, Benedict Stone separates with his wife because they can't have children, and I didn't really like either of those characters at that point. And then Gemma comes along. Gemma is Benedict's somewhat estranged niece, and immediately I realised actually Benedict's not too bad because Gemma is exceptionally irritating. Comparatively, Benedict is not too bad. And then the film starts to become about Benedict's relationship with his estranged brother, Gemma's father, of course. And it's like they're trying to throw too many things at this because none of the parts of the narrative are very good at all. Every aspect of this is so boring and not well written. And maybe in the novel it would be a more interesting experience. I highly doubt it, but it definitely could be the case. But in the film, at least, it is tedious. It is so dull. They're trying too hard to make it moving and emotional, and I just found it to be so boring. And then you throw in an exceptionally unlikable character with Gemma, and not an unlikable character with Benedict, but I found him to be rather dull most of the time. Occasionally he'd do or say something where I thought, yeah, that wasn't too bad. I don't mind the character in this moment, but in general I found him to be a boring protagonist. But Gemma was annoying, like she was actively trying to irritate me. So there is nothing about this film that I liked. Nothing at all. It's a boring narrative that sometimes seems like they're trying too hard, but failing at every aspect. And the characters are badly written, not interesting, often quite annoying, and I don't recommend it. But as I said, a lot of people seem to really love it. I'd say it's a 50-50 split based on the reviews that I read, at least for the reviews people have left, is that people either really can't stand it or they really, really love it. And I guess that's better than being in the middle. If a film's just average, then people aren't going to talk about it. I mean, I would, because I talk about everything I watch. But in general, if a film is terrible or amazing, people are more likely to discuss it. So I guess it is better than being an average film in general. But personally, I don't recommend it. I don't think Rise and Shine Benedict Stone is a good film at all. But some people do. So if it sounds like it would appeal to you, give it a go. But personally, I do not recommend it.